Hey, it's Carol Billing, and I'm your instructor for Education 201. It's the Tuesday-Thursday class. And let's jump into a quick review of our Blackboard. So to get to our Blackboard classroom, you're going to type in the school website, cwidaho.cc, and go here to Quick Links and Blackboard. Now, as I'm shooting this video, just so you know, I have got 4 kids awake and moving, and animals, horses and goats that are hungry. So there could be some interruptions, and I'm just going to power through this because I really want to get this board open for you tonight. So please bear with me. Okay, on this screen, we have a new Blackboard, and we've got some cool tutorials down here that you might want to look at, specific to how to do things in Blackboard. And then you also have a student help button here, which could be helpful. All right, so you're going to log in. Oops, wrong way. And put your password in. It should dump you here into my Blackboard. And then right here should be all your active courses. We're going to go in this one here, Education 201-001. And it drops you to announcements. And so the first thing you want to do, that was the goat, if you heard it. Someday I hope to have like a vacuum where I can actually make these videos in a vacuum at my house. But till that time, we have a lot of extra sound. Okay, announcements from the top. You're going to read through all of these notes. The video I'm shooting right now is going to go here. Make sure that you watch the calendar video here, where I'll go through the assignments and when they're due. And then a syllabus review here, which I'll highlight the main points of the syllabus that you need to know or need to be aware of. I've got a link here about teachers' unions, because I always get a question about do Idaho teachers have a union? So we do, but it's optional, and it's, yeah, kind of an interesting question, not really a clear answer. I have a screenshot here of this in case you get this in your browser. You always want to hit no so that my videos will show. That could be a problem that's preventing videos from showing. Sometimes students don't know how to get the rubric, so I have an example here where you have a journal and then that's where you'd see the rubric. Idaho teaching standards, something to get familiar with, not something you need to rush out and do the first week of class. I don't know if you know this, but the tutoring center has free online tutoring, which, even though you're coming to class twice a week, coming to campus twice a week, you probably won't need this. But if you have a friend who has fully online class, or you have another fully online class and you're needing help, you can get tutoring services online, which I didn't know about until last semester. Here's the difference between Office 2013 and 365. This has nothing to do with education, but everything to do with your college career. The faculty here at CWI, we're all getting upgraded to Office 2013 this semester, which means next semester and maybe later in this semester, you're going to start seeing documents being distributed from teachers that are made in Office 2013. And if you don't have it, you may not be able to open them. And so that could be a problem. So if you're graduating in December of 2013, probably not a problem. Although if you go to a 4-year, they're probably going to be at 20. They're probably going to use 2013 too. So I guess really you got to get it. Yeah, you probably need to get it. Definitely by spring you need to probably upgrade. Okay, so an interesting link there. My Facebook page there. You have to make sure you're using Firefox because my videos don't show in Internet Explorer. So if you don't have it, you want to Google Mozilla Firefox and download the browser because it is a free browser. Okay, and lastly, there's a note here about study guides. A lot of times students want to turn them in, but I don't actually collect them. They're really for you to use while you're studying the chapters. Okay, so you can review that more in depth in your leisure. That's a joke. And faculty information. Here's all my contact information, which again, you see me twice a week. It'll be far more contact than you ever really wanted. But if you need to get me outside, there's contacts. Syllabus and schedule is pretty important. The course calendar is here, and you can print it right from this window. and then the course syllabus is here. So those are specific to the course. I give you instructor quirks because I like to fly that flag high. Yeah, I know I'm a little different. I've yet to have an instructor that's not a little strange. So I just own that early on in the semester. I think it helps students adjust to my uniqueness. So there you go. I try to make it real clear what my expectations are and what could be perceived as quirkiness. Institutional syllabus, this should be the same in every Blackboard classroom you have. It's created by the college. And then lastly, I found this PDF, which I thought was really helpful. It's all dates, important dates for the semester, and it's in the CWI main website, but I put a link to it because I thought it was awesome. I'm a little OCD. I like things super organized. Okay, the bulk of the class is in assignments, and that's where we'll have each chapter broken down to a separate folder. I also give you tasks buttons here because you might be ready to just write a journal. Oh, I know I need to do this journal. And so you can just click on the journal and then go to the journal that you're looking at doing without having to go through the assignments in the chapter to find the journal. I just think that's kind of annoying, especially since I give you a checklist in your course calendar or schedule, whichever you want to call it. You'll know kind of specifically what you're looking to do. So that doesn't mean you shouldn't do assignments and go through everything for each chapter. You do want to do that, but it might be a case where you're just going back to do a journal, do a wiki or something. And I want you to be able to get to those fairly quickly. And then your My Grades, they won't show for me well, so they should be fairly well organized. I'll be fine-tuning the weeks that are not open already over the next week and a half. So everything is in Blackboard. It's all built. I just like to review it one time pretty thoroughly before I sign it off or whatever. So I'll still be doing that the first 2 weeks of the semester, putting all the finishing touches on it. The Collaborate Open Classroom, you can click on this and go in at any time. It's a Collaborate session that's open all semester long. You can meet other people from the class in here to do a screen share. If you and I need to do a screen share, we'll do it in here at an appointed time that we'll discuss via email or something. And then we'll go in there and meet to screen share. Your course eval button will be working at the end of the semester, and then you can sing my praises. No, I'm just kidding. Anything you'd like to add, put them in there. And that's really important because that's a direct line to the associate dean and the chairs. So for all your classes, be sure to voice a strong preference, whatever way it is, in your course eval, because that is your strongest voice. And tools. This is a listing of all the things you can do in Blackboard. So you should be thanking me right now because I don't use a lot of these. I could make this class so much harder. Just kidding. Student resources. This is funny. I love this. So this is resources for the college. And the way it works when you teach is that you have a Blackboard classroom. And every semester you copy it over to the next semester. Well, what I found with this section is that it just keeps copying and copying and copying. So as you scroll down, you'll notice, oh, look, it starts again. Here's the user guide. And there it goes through all of the things again and again, and we go down more, and oh, there we are, another user guide. So every time this has been copied over, it looks like 3 times that I've used the same shell, although I'll tell you I never teach the same class twice, so don't think I got it all, locked down, because I always change it, but and that's my goat. Sorry about that. It's feeding time. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of funny. So if this looks like really overwhelming, it's because everything repeats 3 times. And I can go in and clean that up, and I'll be sure to do that in my spare time. Assignments graded on time, clean up the Student Resources tab. Gee, which way will I go? Okay, assignments. This is what I want to spend a little bit more time in because this is the bulk of the class. I give you first PDFs of the first 3 chapters in the textbook in case you don't have the textbook. And we're using the 12th edition of Those Who Can Teach. And it's a little bit, it's not old, but there is a newer version out. And I just didn't adopt it because it's cheaper to get the older one. But it's getting to be a little bit difficult to find the older one. So I've reached out to students I've had before through my Facebook page and asked for old copies. And so I will possibly have old copies. So, sorry, I had to pause the video right there because I heard all this ruckus outside and I forgot I told my neighbor she could cut some of my horse's tail for her pony because she's showing it and she needs a thicker tail on her pony. And she just showed up with the pair of scissors and she's going to town on my horse's tail. It scared the crap out of me because I was like, oh my god, who's in with the horses? Yeah, anyway. So if it seems a little choppy right there, that'd be because I had a little crisis in the home front. Right, okay, back here. Textbooks. Probably going to have some in my office next week. Sounded like 2 or 3 maybe, so I'll bring those to class if you don't have one yet. Possible that you could borrow one. Alright, or if you know an ed student who's already taken this class, I would hit them up to borrow their book. Okay, week 1, start here, always top to bottom. So you have this week what to do, and then each item in order. I give you a video on how to do some stuff in case you aren't familiar with Blackboard. And then I give you a little reminder to go up here to discussion board and then do your introduction in there. So first I'll show you how to do it and then I'll remind you to go do it. This is an awesome video from Sir Ken Robinson and I would highly recommend watching it. Who knows, I could test on it, not likely. It's really kind of one of those things where you should just watch it because you should just watch it and you should be interested in the content. And honestly, if you watch it and it's not interesting to you, so that could be a sign. And I think it's okay to own that because that's why you're in this class. I mean, this class is to figure out if teaching is really what you want to do. Okay, so chapter 1, I always start out each chapter with objectives and textbook. Hang on a second. Okay, I've never had 2 huge interruptions in one video, but I'm so determined to get this Blackboard open for you tonight that I'm gonna keep going. Okay, chapters always start with objectives. Then I tell you what to read in the textbook, then what you're gonna look at online, what your tasks are, and then assessments at the end. So this is sort of the roadmap of the chapter. And then I give you each thing in order, hopefully in order, because I do have some pretty killer OI obsessive compulsive, so everything should be lined up in order. Okay? And this shapes thing, we're actually going to do it in class, but if you miss doing it in class, then I give you the link to do it online. That's for my late ads, because I'll have people that add the class late. So that's chapter 1, and we'll just take a quick look at chapter 2, and I think you'll kind of get the game plan here. Objectives, textbook, what you watch online, task, and then your assessment. And then here we go with, there's your study guide, your lecture, cool video, and then reminders to go do these 2 tasks. Okay, I think that is all. It's taken far longer than I anticipated. I think you have a pretty good grounding though on how the Blackboard's put together, so now it's time for you to get in there, start clicking around and figuring out the lay of the land, and then I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks for your time.